What's up, people? Okay, we keep saying we're back. I don't know what else. How else can we even introduce?
We bring it back again, like busybody.
Talking about bringing it back again, like busybody.
Busybody.
They actually they
aren't they actually coming exactly. They are coming.
But they're back already, and
that is true.
Of course we've heard 2 singles.
Yeah, 2 singles. Although it was one that was really the hits.
So, but right now, if PSquare drops an album, are you okay? Let's just put it like this: PSquare, after 9 years, are set to release a new album. Are you excited about this news?
I am, but there's a big fat but. The Nigerian recent history doesn't support the possibility of comebacks. So that should be their own fear as well. It's my own worry. It should also be their own concern to is it possible that you leave the scene for this long? Even if they did, of course, they had their solo stuff going on. Is it possible that you leave the scene for this long musically, and then you come back and people are eager to embrace you the way they did? One thing that is certain is that by the time they release their last album together, I think PSquare is probably if not number 1 or number 2, they're probably within the top 5 artists in the country.
Maybe if not Africa.
Exactly, So the question now is going to be: is it possible that they return on that
Absolutely
level?
Not.
James has said it.
Absolutely
exactly,
not. But
that's not possible.
They still have their older fans. They still have, maybe the new fans that continued after they broke up, because don't forget that they had their individual careers going on as well. So, and they probably kept individual fans as well.
Careers were not as
fantastic as their
group
career. But even regardless, I just feel like, personally, even though they had broken up stuff, I was still looking at them as PSquare, no matter what they were doing at the time. I swear, I was just still looking at news. Okay, Peter just released this song, Paul just released that one, Rude Boy, whatever name they had at the point, but I just still
Mr.
see
P.
them. I was still looking at them as PSquare as far as I'm concerned. So they are coming back, and then why I actually looked at it like that was pretty much because these guys are brothers. Yes, you are not going anywhere. You are brothers. You are twin brothers, bro. So no matter how you say, oh, they've broken up, as far as concerned, they were just brothers. They were going to, eventually sort out whatever was holding them back.
But James,
yeah,
as you said now, you still don't believe that they can come back on the same level.
On the same level,
we know for a fact that at least the top 3 positions in Nigerian music are occupied by Davido, Burna Boy, and Wizkid in whatever combination you want to. But those are the top 3 people. We know for a fact that James, I'm sure would agree, that nobody, especially not somebody of the older generation, is going to come and displace those 3 people. So it means that certainly forget those first 3 spots. So PSquare will be looking at number 4 downwards, and
number 4, even number 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Tiwa Savage.
That's what I'm going to say exactly. Yes.
There's Kiss Daniel. So it's
like I said, Nigerian music doesn't support you disappearing and then returning. It doesn't.
So truthfully, for me again, when it comes to PSquare, I don't generally as a person, I don't like to doubt. I don't narrate anybody. I don't downplay, or that's the word. I don't underrate anybody. I don't think that there's nothing that anybody cannot do. If you set your mind to do something, yes, you're going to do it. But away from that, am I excited about a PSquare album right now? Honestly speaking, no. I would rather keep listening to my past PSquare projects. In fact, if PSquare has a concert, I want them to play their old records. I want them to perform their old records. But I'm not looking forward to new music. I just feel like they may have gotten to that point where, look, there's nothing else that you might have to offer that will now be so exciting and different from what all of them Gen Zs and all these other younger guys are putting out right now. And that's why I see it, So I don't know whether PSquare will be able to still put music and up to the point where they are also now getting Grammy nominations and stuff. I just don't know if that's going to happen. And then if the music is not going up to that level right now, then hey, what are we talking about?
So James, so what you said, which by the way I entirely agree with, is there, if you were their manager or if you were their A&R, if you were somebody who had a say in their career, would you advise PSquare to put out an album?
Oh yeah, no, still I'm not going to stop that. No, so what I've just said now is based from a personal perspective. The truth is that some people will still, and that's not to say that if PSquare puts out an album, right now, and I'm still not going to listen to it. Do you understand? I'm just going to listen to it because first of all, it's my job to listen to whatever album with
No,
something.
yeah,
is
not
happening
doing that. I'm just trying
do
to
that.
wonder, like, okay, if as it seems like we are saying, the not the future, but the possibility of past success is impossible. Let's face it. Is it worth it to do this? The energies they'll put into this, possibly the marketing money, which as we know is a lot of money, especially now that you have to go and speak English to people on TV, speaking to people on YouTube, people speak to the people on Instagram, speak to the people on Twitter maybe, and speak to the
It's no good far. Let me tell you one thing that is happening right now.
Yeah.
Which I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
The fun that is happening right now is that some artists. So I'm assuming that PSquare will just know the right thing to do in terms of taking care of what they need to take care of and push, promote, market their album or their project properly. But what I see happening as well is that if you assume like a Burna Boy can put out a new record right now, he won't even share to do. He won't. Nobody. His team will not send to blogs
They
or
won't even
whatever.
tweet.
They won't do anything, and the song will spread. Radio will play it. Everybody want to affiliate to the record. Do you understand? The same thing with Wizkid. So I mean, after some time, if the record is not as great as, after some time to weed off. But in the initial or that
Yes,
first,
they would have that initial.
everybody want to have a taste of it. Now, I don't think that PSquare will be able to pull that off, to just drop a record and just assume that
Just gonna
everybody
rest.
just going to know.
No.
Not even a flavor who's supposed to be still on the scene that will drop a record right now and just go and say, oh, I've dropped a new record and just go and sit. Look at what Kids Daniel did the other time when he put out what's that song? What's the title of that song? So where he got a lot of influencers, he got a lot of influencers to come on, they shared the scene to sort of promote
On his
and push.
Instagram,
Yeah, those things you think those things were for free? They paid for a lot of those things. Those are part of their marketing strategy at the point in time. Do you understand? So if Kids Daniel had done that at that point in time, so imagine Kids Daniel who just came out from a very monster hit. And then PSquare will now say because we are PSquare, everybody they're going to no. I think they will have to work times 2 this time around. If they're going to maintain the energy of the past, that one is working well. That will work fine for them. But as far as the new project is concerned, as far as a new album is concerned, especially when they don't really have a strong single yet to drive an album, I feel like they will have to work times 2 to make it happen.
To make it happen. So it's also money, effort times 2, money times 2.
Times 2, yes. That's what I think.
Yeah, the good thing about this that we know is that they do have the money. So let's see how that plays out. Even when the album shows up, I believe we will talk about it here in any case. So yeah, let's talk about Wizkid.
Moving on. Wizkid, let me read the actual headline. Wizkid joins Future, Offset, A$AP Rocky, and others on the soundtrack for the Spider-Man movie.
So see, Wizkid is the latest Nigerian artist to be anointed by Marvel, or Wizkid is the latest artist to anoint Marvel, whichever you want to do, whichever way you want to do it. So but yeah, and of course I think the most prominent whatever before now was what's his face,
Black Panther,
Burna Boy on the Black Panther 2 soundtrack. So we have Wizkid on the sequel. I think it's a sequel actually to the multiverse, whatever, Spider-Man, whatever animated series. All right, film. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just thinking to myself though that the backstory of this, what interesting me in a way. Like, okay, how did this happen? Why Wizkid on the Black Panther soundtrack?
On the Spider-Man.
Sorry, on the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not like he looks like Spider-Man anyway. So why? So why him? And my own, what I assume, I wasn't in the office when they were making a decision, is that Burna Boy has had his own go. Davido doesn't have enough Western clouds to pull this off. So the person naturally who would be next in line will be Wizkid. Maybe if Wizkid had said, you know what, I can't do it, maybe I'd have gone for Thames. But I feel like the point is just...
No, maybe they have gone for the Davido.
Well, maybe they're going for Tiwa. Maybe they're going for Tiwa, because I feel like Wizkid, maybe they are looking for like a Nigerian... Nigerian African sound, as opposed to...
Afrobeat.
No, not to my personal. No. It was like I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to explain, even to myself, why Thames would not be in the running, but rather a Tiwa. And I think that might just only be because Tiwa, of course, is like a legitimate Ninja star. Thames is funny. I know people will disagree, but I don't think Thames is.
Just
Yet.
Niger. No,
Yes.
in terms of that, on that level.
No. I don't think Thames is like a Ninja star. If today you're going to Google biggest Nigerian artists in Nigeria,
Honestly, they would almost skip Thames.
yes, almost
I
definitely
agree.
skip Thames you get. So I'm saying, so if that was the remit, if that was a brief for whoever it is that did the connect, like, okay, we want like an artist who is big in Nigeria. I don't know how that might be the case, but if that's the thing, I don't think Thames will show up in the first few
So, Oris, talking about how they probably, picked,
shows. Yeah.
chose
Wizkid.
Whiskey. So, can we look at it from the perspective of maybe the distribution or the label? I think it's still under Sony,
yeah,
right?
all of them.
So maybe
all of them are
even
all on.
so maybe they might just have said, okay, can we use this person instead this time around?
Yeah, but
So-
all of them are all on the same label.
Actually,
Now. The first
true.
3 people, don't know, but all of them are all Sony people. They're subsidiary, but they're all under Sony. So I mean, congratulations to the man, because of course this means a decent bag. I think it has to be a decent bag, to be on the Marvel.
We can't wait to hear what exactly, if it's a collaboration of all of them on one record, or maybe all of them on a project of a body of work.
I think it might be.
Okay,
I don't know yet, but I think
let's
that's
see.
what I'm assuming. But yeah, it's big deal for him, and I hope the song comes out nicely. I've not felt whiskey in a while. Let me
The
not
truth
lie.
is that, Oris,
Yeah.
these days, you might be listening too hard, trying to check if the song makes sense or not, or if the song is good enough in your own context.
Well, okay.
But the fact that the song is just there, almost mad everywhere, boom, boom, Whiskey.
No, yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
No. It is, yeah, but
You are looking out for good music.
no. I'm even thinking about for him, even
Yeah.
for his own good.
Yeah.
You know this thing about say, oh, you get this gig based on whatever it is you get the gig.
Yes.
But you want them to call you back.
True.
You understand? Hey, you're like, okay, I beg, make the song bang or make. It's good enough that I'm on the whatever. I they collect my 100K, my 200K, my $1 million. That's
Yes,
entirely
yes,
fine.
yes.
But man, it go make sense if last from this gig, I feel see another one going to give me something
true,
else. That's
true.
what I'm trying to say.
True.
But of course you're right. Me, I might be thinking about it, but no, I'm just focused on
Like,
okay,
you're
that bag.
overthinking it. This guy is going to make money. Don't worry. So,
But
but
look
me,
at it now. See how happy you and I mean, we talked about it a few times.
Yes.
We're happy to have the Alone song from Bola
Oh,
on
yeah,
the Black
beautiful
Panther.
music,
And
yes.
you said that for you, it's only the best song on that particular
Yes,
record.
yes.
So, as a Nigerian who knows that our chances for these things are not really, let's say, it's not big.
I mean, yes.
You want to say
very
that
small.
our guy went there inside the team, he deliver.
Did he deliver?
Just for us,
Exactly.
for our own peace of mind. Say,
For the
man,
culture.
my guy, exactly, for the culture, exactly.
I beg,
That's one feel like say, man, last, our guy. You do him. Which is what you could say about Burna Boy. So,
Yeah.
want able to say the same thing too about Wizkid when it comes out.
So, I mean, moving on, we have it was trending for
It is.
probably this weekend or even till earlier this week. Seun Kuti, people tweeting and talking and saying that he probably beat his wife.
Exactly.
Going by what happened.
Remember the
and
viral
that is,
issues?
and I don't, this story it's never going to leave.
There's just people just keep
just
thinking different aspects of it.
as in the
You know,
spiral,
exactly.
it's
The
a-
initial one was just the fact of you
Yeah.
assaulting a policeman and them, of course, arresting you. That
So
was the
releasing
first one.
him.
And then somebody
And
has
then,
not gone back to look at the video like, wait, so this video, there was something else that was here that we did not
Can
talk
you
about a
imagine?
lot at the time.
Yeah.
It was the interaction between Seun's wife and Seun, Seun Kuti and Seun Kuti's wife, when she showed up and she
And
seemed to
just
want to
did like this
intervene,
and-
and they just,
Ah.
spoke to her in a
I know the
very...
funny thing is that we talked about this not on air.
I think we did
just
too.
having-
I won't say like we did.
I don't think we talked. I don't know if we talked. I cannot remember.
Maybe
if we
don't know
talked
the
about it on
outtakes.
the-
You
maybe-
guys don't say everything. Maybe you can talk about the
Yeah,
outtakes.
so I know we just had like the way he said that it made him look like he was very
Dismissive.
authoritative and very
Yeah.
disciplined, like like if you don't go inside, I will slap you if you don't go back inside.
I will
know.
sand you now.
So I mean that particular incident right there, has people talking, tweeting, and then but of course he still came out to make a statement or
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
I don't beat my wife.
He said he doesn't beat
You
his
know.
wife. That the real thing is people are jealous that his wife respects him. That's what it is. If anything, said it is him who is scared of his wife, according to what he said. But you have to say that it is one thing to say something. To be honest, it's another thing to actually like put it into action for people to see it. That whole altercation with the police happened in public. His comments to the wife happened in public as well. Him telling us he respects his wife and he fears his wife even, it happened in private. what we can see with our eyes, and that's why I can't blame the guys who are speculating, is that here is a man angry and his wife being unable to calm
him at that point
him
in
at that
time.
particular point, which in the way we like to think about a romantic notion of love or of marriage or something, you feel like your wife, your husband should be able to like speak to you in a kind of place to prevent you from making a mistake, which, let's face it, what exactly happened soon after the wife did enter into the vehicle. Seun Kuti made that mistake that saw him spend days in police custody.
And in fact, that has dented his
Exactly, you
image
get
to an extent.
so it means that if she had succeeded in getting him to calm down, that mistake could have been avoided. But he dismissed her in a very let's just say not a very savory manner.
But Oris, you know how that's they say when something's it was
As
a very
in the hot.
heated, yes, as they hot, it was a very heated situation. He was really angry, and that's the wife coming out at all. He just even didn't think about whether I just said just go inside, and maybe it was to avoid any form of maybe we have, how they say, okay, so that's when they're telling you to stop. That's when your blood now be hot.
That's all, that's what I'm saying. That the way we think about it in that, like I said, that romantic notion of love, we think about it, that your partner should be able to walk you off the ledge. If Seun Kuti was this totally hypothetical, was on a type tall building trying to say he wanted to jump or whatever it is to his death, and his wife cannot be trusted.
I'll be a voice of reason at that
Exactly,
point in
to say,
time.
what, Oga, walk back. You have children. We have a family. You have reputation. You have a family. All of this, walk back. If she can't do that, you would say that that's a rather. It might be that's how their marriage is, But for those of us who are looking from the outside, it looks like a very, very strange thing that a wife is unable to help the husband make a better decision.
But Oris, I like that. I also feel, this is you're talking about Seun Kuti here. You're talking about the Kuti family and how people idolize
them.
family. Yes, and I just feel like at that moment it was a situation of the woman just obeying her husband and actually going back.
That's exactly what he's saying. What we saw there was a woman who respects a man.
Completely,
and to be honest,
without argument,
as a Nigerian man, with all of our scoring, all of our craziness as Nigerian men, that thing is not something that I think the average Nigerian man will
enjoy easily.
Will be too angry about. Being able to say, your woman should head back into the vehicle, and she does head back into the vehicle. A lot of Nigerian men will be like, yes, now man you get.
Yeah.
However, in the modern world, that kind of a dictatorial thing doesn't wash
they won't go down. They won't
in
like
public
it. They're like,
anymore.
what really? What?
Exactly.
Am I a dummy? Am I your doll? Am I your?
Exactly. You can easily see a certain type of woman, in that same situation, being
like she would not even care that you're doing like this. I say,
exactly.
Why are you shouting? Calm down.
And then the other, and then what would then happen now is that going to be a Seun Kuti and his wife having a public quarrel. So so these things are all weird. But the fact of the matter remains that if he had said to his wife gently, please go back into the vehicle or something, when she showed up, we would not probably be here. It would be clear. It would be okay. Oh, he respects his wife. So what he was saying is that his wife respects him, and that's why she did
went
what
back.
she did. Exactly. What would have been said would be that, okay, these people seem to respect themselves. The wife can come out and say, talk him off. He can tell her that, gently, like, look, I need to address this issue. Go back into the vehicle. And then it will be like a more level playing ground, But the way it really is, that video is really bad, honestly.
And that whole situation,
really bad.
Plus, if there were cameras there, it would have been a different thing. Like, there was a camera at the end
There
of
was
the
a
day.
camera, yeah.
No, but let's say they were in front of, officially, they were recording this thing. Do you understand? Like, I don't think Seun knew that somebody was recording.
Of course, he didn't know.
Do you understand? So, but let's say that there were cameras or maybe public watching and stuff. It would have been a different thing in terms of when he said, go back inside.
Okay, his response.
Do you understand?
Yeah, but so for me, that's another reason why I don't feel like Seun is forgivable for what he did. Because, again, you have to be the kind of person who understands who you are. Look, Oris and James, a woman, his wife, James is married. Me, some random girl or whatever, or some girl, even my sister, we have an altercation in public with the police or whatever it is. Take the video and do anything you want to do. I'll feel bad about it, especially if you end up in police, whatever. But it's not the same. Oris is not Seun Kuti. We are not on the same plane in
True.
the public space. So the person who is famous needs to understand who he is. There are just certain things, unfortunately or fortunately, whichever you want to look at it, you cannot do in public anymore once you become somebody who a lot of people will recognize. It's just how it is. With that, good. This is a good way to plug in the famous Spider-Man line, which Whiskey apparently is whatever. Anyway, with great power comes great responsibility. You become super famous. That's a kind of power. You have to be responsible, knowing that you know what this thing you hold is something that's valuable or something that people are looking at you. So conduct yourself in accordance. Don't tell your wife, just dismiss and go back into the car as though she's like your slave. You know, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
Talking about relationship, what do you think about Lukaku and this whole rumor about Lukaku?
Oh man, is it? I don't know. I was reading loads and loads of commentary on Twitter.
You know, these are they are from two worlds apart.
Yes, it's not even something you
it's
think
not something
about.
Anybody expected.
But Odile, you should think about it though, because they're both black. They are both famous.
Yeah.
But somehow you always feel like the walls of core rap music, and the walls of football, of high level sports, are not quite. It's America. America doesn't really care about soccer like that. You know, so it's just like.
We understood Beckham and what's her name?
Spice.
And Spice.
The UK, heavy.
Yeah.
Football is heavy in the UK.
Yeah.
You know, Spice, pop music.
Also heavy at the time.
Yes.
Once they were world stars at that point.
Exactly.
So there was a possibility
you can conceive of it.
You know,
this
one worlds apart.
Is Lukaku not Belgian?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So worlds apart, and then picture that picture, and people just are like, wait, what's going on here? Holding Megan Thee Stallion and Lukaku, and they attended one of Lukaku's teammates' wedding over the weekend, and boom, boom, boom. So I mean, it's not official yet. Nobody.
Yes. We have not said. We haven't heard.
We don't know if it's for real. Don't forget that both of them are celebrities. That's what they are. They're both celebrities.
They are, of course they are
signed to Rock Nation, Jay-Z's and Rock Nation management.
Oh, even Lukaku.
Oh yeah.
I did not know this.
Yes.
I know this.
So, I mean, that's a connection, you know, so to speak. So, but fingers crossed.
How is a Belgian footballer dating an American rapper?
I mean, let's see how that turns out. I mean, if they come official, we'll know. Okay,
we'll know.
It should be cool.
Because she has a boyfriend, by the way. A boyfriend that's not popular per se. But apparently he wrote some of is it Rihanna now? Her boyfriend apparently is a songwriter, and he has a whatever, but it's not as famous, of course, as she is. So it feels like some people who are saying that it's a step up. It's a
from
step up
that,
for her.
And for him as well. I mean, people that are looking at Lukaku as
exactly. I look at him like, see this guy,
overnight.
see this guy. Exactly. Suddenly, who was looking about Lukaku as anything, whatever? If I saw one nonsense tweet that went viral about how he's now like he's in the GOAT conversation, I'm just like, you are mad. We stupid GOAT. It's not only GOAT in Belgium. Go to my house.
So,
but anyway,
last story of the day, pretty much is Al Pacino. Bruh.
Al Pacino
is expecting.
The Godfather,
yes.
The Godfather is going to be a new father.
Or more, expecting the baby at 83. The guy is 83 and with his 29-year-old girlfriend. Guys, what's going on, really? This guy is 83. How is he? I mean, it's one thing for him to still be having sex at this age. It's another thing to actually now get this lady pregnant, and he's actually at 83. How much time does he have to actually?
What time? What does that? What do you remember? He has a lot of time. He's semi-retired, or he should be semi-retired by now. So, indeed, my guy is.
He's on a roll. He's still playing.
Exactly. He's still saying, you know what? There are things we can still do, even as old men. By the way, you remember his friend and colleague, Robert De Niro, also fathered a kid recently as well. So yeah, these men are.
I mean,
they're telling you that, you know what? Yes, they are doing things. They're doing things. They are quite an encouragement to us younger men that, you know what, even old, there are certain things that people assume that we are no longer interested in or that we no longer do, but
people are doing things behind doors.
We can still do it.
Meanwhile, Portable uses G-Wagon.
Wait, Abeg, sorry, I'm terrible with cars. Is the Brabus not a G-Wagon, is it?
It's a G-Wagon, but designed, customized by Brabus.
Oh, so it's the G-Wagon,
So
okay.
the G-Wagon.
Okay,
but
so
customized
I'm just
as
trying to.
Brabus.
So is it in this case? Is it the Brabus that he used to distribute
Yes,
this
that's the
vehicle?
car that that was in the news
I just
2
bought.
weeks ago or something that he bought.
Like I said anyway, or rather, like as I would say, it is what you have that you will use to do what you want to do. My guy has a Brabus, and so he took it to go and
He distributes
whatever. So I think this is good for his image. I can't remember the last time Portable was in news for something that just funny or weird or silly. So this is like a genuine humanitarian thing.
But let's not also forget
yeah.
that Portable, I don't know, somehow, some way, knows how to manipulate social media clout and attention. And for him to have done this, definitely, there's no way it's not going to be in the news.
No.
That,
Yeah. So I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine that. Yes, a part of, because I don't think Portable does anything in public space without one eye. Unlike Seun Kuti, who clearly was doing something that he should have known that there's the public watching. You know, I don't think Portable does anything without thinking that this thing, publicity if you come from this thing, or you know. So in his own case, I think the people who were receiving it, unlike the person that received Seun's slap, the people who received Portable's gifts would have been happy.
The boys are about to drop that case. We are talking about it, say, oh, no. See the way this boy is talking about this thing. So please.
So whether or not it was a clout-driven philanthropy,
Move.
the fact remains that the people who received those things were super grateful, clout or no clout. And I think that that's where we should probably think about it as. The Portable got his clout. That's good for him. The people got their meals. Perfect for them.
Guys, we have to go.
So yes, Eku fresh scarcity, by the way. Eku high prices.
Can we just also say congratulations to the new president?
Yes, congratulations to Tinubu.
President.
I am not happy.
You know how they say PMB? It's not going to be PBAT.
It's BAT now.
I have to put the president, you know.
Oh, okay.
That's the president, but so PBAT. So
anyway, Tinubu.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Good for him. I'm not happy with the first thing he's done because man, he has just increased my generator.
So he's
whatever.
just like, that's what I was saying.
saying.
That he just said that the subsidy will be removed. He did not say we have removed the subsidy. He said will be removed, and immediately
that even disturbs me personally because
why
I
did
feel
we
like,
talk about
exactly because I'm like I would have. I've always said this and that some of the time, a lot of our politicians, because of the nature of Nigerian politics and they get rich, they are incredibly cut off from the average person. So they don't even know what's happening down here. Because I think anybody who is Nigerian or average Nigerian or close to average Nigerian knows that once anything at all is mentioned publicly by the president or by even somebody close to the president about fuel, bam, that's exact same day. Something is going to change immediately.
And it's actually sad that
yeah.
the whole fuel thing or petrol thing is what controls our economy.
Yes.
So once anything happens,
exactly,
every other thing goes boom.
I am intending to buy a few kilos of chicken or turkey. I will not be surprised to hear that price has gone up.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, this is the first thing we've received from our president. Hopefully the next few ones are going to be good or way more better.
Or maybe they'll just balance it and just make it better.
Fingers crossed.
Whatever it is.
All right, guys.
Keep watching. Subscribe to the
Thanks
James
so
and Ori show.
Please.
Like, share, comment. Let us know what you think about
the
the things we've talked about. And we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.